Now at noon, the breakthrough on the bridge breakdown. As we showed you all morning long here on 12 News, RIDOT was able to make the big lane shift overnight, and 195 now can accept traffic going in both directions. As you see from Skydrone 12, it's only 2 lanes in each direction now, so all the traffic has to squeeze into the reduced space. Our traffic team noted delays were reduced, but it's of course still far from normal. Our team coverage continues live on both sides of the river with Matt Paddock and people in East Providence, and Alex Torres-Perez starts us off with the latest from the Department of Transportation headquarters. Alex.
Yeah, so in the next half hour, we'll be getting an update from state leaders after a pleasant surprise overnight, opening up those bypass lanes on 195. And this morning I spent some time over at Wayland Square that was really feeling the brunt of all of that traffic mess this week. And when you go there, you will notice one big change. You will no longer see those long lines of cars, and that traffic jam is basically gone. And I was speaking to business owners there that are hopeful that because of this bypass lanes opening and the traffic jams basically being non-existent now over there, that customers will start coming back and business will get back to normal. However, like I mentioned, this was a surprise reopening of those bypass lanes overnight, so not a lot of people knew that those lanes were open, and a lot of people taking into account that traffic, some leaving their homes early to try to get to appointments but getting there on time because that traffic on Wayland Square is no longer there. A lot of businesses still impacted, some saying that they lost 40 to 50% of business. However, they are hopeful that now that these bypass lanes are open, things will get back to normal and that customers will start flowing back in. Of course, we'll keep you updated with what state leaders had to say at this briefing in the next half hour. But for now, let's go ahead and head over to East Providence. That's where we find 12 News reporter Matt Paddock after speaking to some people over on that side of the river. Matt?
Well, Alex, I just finished speaking with Mayor Bob Da Silva, and he said one word that came to mind for him: elation. Elation over what you're seeing behind me on the Washington Bridge. You're looking at traffic moving in both directions here on I-195 at the Washington Bridge, and that movement has made an incredibly noticeable difference. Roadways and side streets across the city are moving. No standstill traffic at all this morning. And the message tonight from city leaders is East Providence is open, urging people to come out and support our local businesses in the community who have lost upwards of tens of thousands of dollars in revenue this week alone. Suzanne Charpentier lives in Rehoboth, leaving extra early this morning for a doctor's appointment in Providence, receiving a welcomed surprise when she got to the capital city early this morning.
Well, I left at 7, my appointment was at 9, but luckily they opened 195, so I got there at 7:35, and luckily the doctor was nice and took me at a little after 8. And I was very happy when I was driving down 195, and I was just flying along saying, no, I think people didn't go to work today, or they just didn't know it opened.